at Kettner Lake that happened over Memorial Day.
Absolutely. A couple of things to remember in this case. Now, of course, the first one is Jessica Ridgeway.
Right.
She disappeared on October 5th. Just walked out of the house, and that was the last that her family saw her. Reported missing later that night, began a huge, intense search with the police and other agencies, and volunteers, hundreds of volunteers showed up the next day to search fields and to look around her house and that sort of thing. So, I mean, obviously the first thing to remember in this case is Jessica and all that her family's gone through.
Absolutely, and this has affected so many people. We want to go to 9 Wants to Know reporter Jace Larson, who is in the neighborhood where Austin Sig's home is, which is just a mile away from Jessica's home. Jace, you talked to the neighbors there. This neighborhood where his home is has actually been searched by police a couple times.
Yes, we talked to a handful of neighbors who said that on October 11th, that 3 police officers came to one woman's house and they searched the entire thing. That they wanted to search basements, that they wanted to search closets. And she said she could see that there were other teams going to other homes in the neighborhood. When I asked her if she saw a team go to the suspect's house, she said no, but she was under the impression that all the homes in the area were being searched and were being looked at. And another neighbor told me something that I thought was very interesting, that they would often see detectives parked at the entrance to their neighborhood here, and they believed that those detectives were watching who went in and out of the neighborhood. And perhaps, again, this is what she was under the impression was happening, is that they were looking at people's license plate numbers. And she said there was a strong police presence, that this didn't happen immediately after Jessica disappeared, but a few days after that. And she said she'd drive to other neighborhoods and wouldn't see the same detectives out there as she was seeing in her neighborhood.
All right, Jace, can you talk about what's happening right now? I understand that they still have that area cordoned off, and I imagine they're doing investigative work. We have been watching them tow the car away. They're taking it down Wadsworth Avenue right now, towing it in. I imagine they will be doing more investigative work on the car, that sort of thing. But what's going on at the scene right now?
So right now, about 5 houses down from the suspect's house, there's a police cruiser with his lights on, and he is blocking the lanes so that no one can go any closer to the house. Now, neighbors who live in that area, they're all being allowed to go, but the rest of the public, including the media, is being held back. We've watched them now put up a white tent, and around the white tent is white sheets that stop us from being able to see anything. This is where the vehicle was parked earlier. The house that we believe is the suspect is kind of a light yellow house. It's a 2-story house. But it's now tough to see what investigators are doing because they've got this white